two of them even went out together. He comforted her every time she had a panic attack and congratulated her every time she left the castle. God, was he her boyfriend or her babysitter? Then one night, my parents invited Nico over for dinner, and Dad made an announcement that sent me over the edge. After much thought and discussion, we would like for Nico to be our new king. We love him like our own son, and we can't think of who'd be a better husband for our daughter. My jaw dropped. I was gonna be with Nico after all? Everything was gonna work out? But Emily was fuming. You're just gonna take Nico away from me? Like that? You mean I'm gonna marry Leah? Actually, you're going to marry Emily, and she's going to be the queen instead of Leah. You two make such a beautiful couple, and it was truly a miracle that Emily was able to talk to Emily. I went out to bring her flowers and then apologized for everything. Actually, I'm the one who owes you an apology. I went way too far by stealing both Nico and your crown from you. I know Nico doesn't see me like that. It's okay, Emily. It's in the past now. Everything is gonna be all right. I'm so glad you're okay. Honestly, me too. I hugged my sister tight. Today, I'm married to Nico as the Queen of Liechtenstein. And Emily is married too, with 3 kids. Hi, I'm Savannah from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. I never knew my mom because she fell ill soon after I was born, but my dad named me after her. He was a real estate tycoon, and my older twin brothers and I grew up in the lap of luxury. Dad loved us all, but I was his clear favorite. I don't remember him missing a single parent-teacher meeting, recital, birthday, or game practice, no matter how busy he was. And I only had to ask for something once, and he made it happen. Like when I was 7, my favorite cereal company announced that they'd be hiding the Avengers superhero figures in selected boxes, and I wanted to collect the entire team. Not that I couldn't buy action figures from a toy store, I just really wanted the cereal ones. So the next day, Dad had cereal boxes from every store in the city delivered to our mansion, and the entire household spent 3 days opening them till I had the whole range of figures. I even made it to the local news for that, and I always got my way with my brothers Adam and Jeff, too. Hey, get up. I was sitting in that chair first. When were you sitting here? Yesterday, or maybe on Sunday. It's not important. Just get up, buzz off, and sit somewhere else, loser. I'm warning you, Adam. I'm gonna cry. He ignored me, and then I let out a scream like someone had cut my arm off. Dad came running in a panic, and Adam was grounded before he got 2 words out of his mouth. My brothers kept trying to get back at me, but they just couldn't win. Once when I was 10, I was playing in our backyard when a scrawny little puppy wandered in, and I was immediately in love with it. It turned out that he belonged to one of our mates, and she seemed reluctant to let him go. Dad said he'd get me a better dog, but I threw one of my famous tantrums, and the maid eventually gave in. But later that night, when I took him out for a walk, I found a girl my age crying in the garden. The puppy ran out of my grasp straight to her, and she squealed with delight. Hey, let him go. He's mine. Actually, he's mine. My mom gave him to you because she works for you, and you're a spoiled brat. Look, I don't want to cause any trouble for Mom, okay? I just came to say goodbye to him. Can I? As the girl hugged her pet, I suddenly had a lump in my throat. I felt like such a jerk, just taking away something from someone without even thinking, just because I could. You can have him back. Your mom won't be in any trouble, I promise. But maybe I can play with him sometimes? The maid's daughter and I became friends, and maybe it was her effect on me, but I slowly started seeing that my brothers and I were just too spoiled. I once joked with Dad about wanting a private jet, and he asked me what color I'd like. Dad, I was kidding. I'm 13. Where would I go on a private jet? You really need to learn how to say no sometimes, but he just couldn't. And my brothers took full advantage of it. They failed their classes, but they knew Dad would pay the school off to make them pass. They were the heads of all the sports clubs without deserving it. And obviously the most popular guys around because they blew money on wild parties for their friends. Soon after the twins' 18th birthday, Dad decided they needed to learn more about his business, and he wanted me to join in too. But during these meetings, the things I learned just shocked me. Now, look at this mansion I sold last month. There was mold in the basement, and the foundation had water damage, but we did a really good job covering it up, and I sold it for 4 times its real value. Wow, Dad, you're a genius. I had no idea you were such a cool cat. What? That's just plain wrong. How could you sell someone a damaged house and they could sue you? Honey, relax. I've been in the business a long time. They can't prove we knew about this damage already. And don't worry, the insurance will cover it. But it's still dishonest. So, no man can make as much money as I have by being honest all the time. Everyone cuts corners. It's how things are done. And I'm doing all this for you guys. No one asked you to, Dad. You know, you've always been my role model and my favorite person in the world. How could you be so disappointing?
That's enough, Savannah. Don't be ungrateful.
After that, things were never quite the same between me and Dad. I'd always put him on the highest pedestal, and he'd just fallen so far. It completely changed my relationship with him. And I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going to be part of the family business. I'd always loved to paint, so I started working harder to build a good portfolio and apply for scholarships to art schools. I knew Dad would pay in the blink of an eye, but I wanted to try doing things on my own. But a few weeks after I started art school, Dad suffered a major heart attack. When he finally came home from the hospital, he gathered my brothers and me into the study and made an announcement. Kids, I'm giving you my business and my wealth. I don't want you to wait longer to inherit everything that's yours. I was stunned, but I could see the greedy excitement in my brother's eyes. Really? So what do we get? Everything. I've made all the arrangements. All I ask is that you enjoy what you've been given to the fullest, and that you let me stay with you throughout the year. I'll split my time among your 3 homes, wherever you choose to live. This is amazing. And of course you can stay with me, Dad, as long as you want. Thank you, Adam. I leave you control of the company. You have a shrewd mind for business. You'll do really well. It'll be my honor, Dad. Thank you. Thank you. Dad, if he gets the company, what happens to me? Jeff, I know how much you love to travel the world. I leave you half of my material wealth to use as you see fit. Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. Thank you so much. I worked all my life to provide you with this. Please, enjoy it. We sure will. My brothers left the room arm in arm, celebrating their new fortune. Why are you doing this, Dad? It's time, Savannah. Which brings me to what I want you to have. I don't want anything more from you. Excuse me? I'm thankful for the life you gave me, but I can't stop wishing you'd done things differently. I don't want your fortune, and I can't be a part of your business. I don't think I could sleep at night knowing I'm spamming people. I just want to do things on my own. Dad looked beyond furious. He just exploded.
After all, I have no daughter. Just get out.
I walked out that day and began a life on my own, and it was not easy, especially since I'd grown up like a princess. The scholarship paid for my tuition, but I had to work 2 jobs after school to pay for everything else. I survived, though, and only got stronger. I never heard from my family, but occasionally I'd see my brothers in magazines or on TV, showing up at charity events and flashing their wealth. But I never saw my dad. Slowly, I even started selling my artwork on the side. I hit the jackpot when I was discovered by a renowned painter, and she got me my first gallery show. That's where I met a lovely guy named Chase. And it wasn't long before we fell in love. He proposed after I graduated, and I happily said yes. At our engagement party, he asked me to call my family. This is the biggest moment of our lives. They should know. They could have called me anytime.